Playing a Zabu Darkhawk deck. I did make a video about basically this deck, like a day ago, right? Basically, I don't think I did. I have Shang-Chi. Maybe I did, but I think this list is still good. We'll see if Eggs can take it. And then D Money has the RNG list. It's actually very similar to Eggs list here. It's almost very similar. It's just without the Darkhawk. Yeah, it has Arrow. It has Arrow in it. It just doesn't have the Darkhawk engine. I'm a little biased. I favor the Darkhawk list personally. Yeah, you know what? I do. I just favor the Darkhawk list. I just think it's better. The opponent, like D's Money list, doesn't have Shang-Chi at all. And I just think like Eggs list is better. I you know like in the other game, I gave the favor to Lee's list. Here, I'm gonna give the favor to Eggs list. I just think it basically has everything D Money has, but then it has an extra win con, right? Like that's exactly what it is. They have the same game style, but then Eggs list has an extra win con with the Darkhawk, whereas D Money doesn't have that extra win con. So more games Lee's gonna have. I mean, not Eggs is gonna have the pieces to pop off, where D Money is gonna have less chances of that. I will say like Cable is something unique, right? So Cable could put a wrench in things, but I think Eggs has enough win cons, even if they steal like the Darkhawk or the Dino, that she should be fine. So we'll see. We're getting started. First round. They both have a one drop. This is pretty good. I would say like these games are gonna be a little bit more. Let me move the camera. These games are gonna be a little bit more. What's the word? Like structured, I guess, is like compared to the other game, which was more reactionary. I would say Darren and Lee had to kind of react to what they were doing. I would say these games, they both kind of have the same game plan. The only real reactive card is that Shang-Chi that Eggs is running. But both of them just want to get huge power as quick as possible. So we'll see how they can do that. This is an interesting turn one, by the way, for
still waiting for somebody to play. Coco's for
D Money.
All right.
There's definitely an argument for D Money.
This is a super interesting.
Not to play the Agent 13 turn one. I actually think there's a lot of argument for D Money not to play this Agent 13 turn one and wait, right? So turn two, you play the Collector on the Sinister London, then you play the Agent 13, you'll get +2 for both of the Collectors. That's such a huge power increase, and you're not really losing too much, right? Because you get to go Collector or Agent 13 Sentinel after the Collector. You're getting so much extra pressure, you're filling the board. So I think I would probably lean that if I were D Money here. So I like D Money start, but I don't think they're gonna do that play that I suggested. So
interesting matchup.
Let's look at the downside here.
I wouldn't say an exact mirror match, but two very strong decks, two incredibly strong decks. I mean, Eggs pulling out the Darkhawk, you know, it was a Darkhawk meta with Zabu. When Zabu was
I'm definitely gonna lower the sound here. Not muted.
Zabu was the 2 reduction. It was a Darkhawk. I still have PTSD about those double Spideys, bro. I still have I've PTSD about that. Trust me. So yeah, this is.
Why can't I pause?
Super interesting.
Pegasus is interesting. How do you want to do Pegasus? Who has initiative? Who has initiative here? Oh, I guess it does show, right? Eggs has initiative. Okay, cool. So she could do an arrow then, if she wants to. She could arrow. Agent flip first. Well, it swaps after every turn, so it's not guaranteed. But I think Eggs has a bigger highlight around her thing, so she should have initiative here. So she could do something like arrow. She has what, 7 mana? She could just she should just play arrow. And what that allows her to do is deny the combo of Sinister London on whatever D Money is playing, right? Because usually you're gonna play a big card here. So if you go arrow, you get the arrow, and then you get the arrow again. But the second arrow is gonna move it out of Sinister London. So you just get this free power where their big card, like if they play Dino or whatever, they only get the 1 copy of the Dino instead of the 2. So I actually like that play from Eggs. I don't know what she's gonna do though.
Can you actually?
Because she could also go. She could also go like Darkhawk Mystique, right, which is like a ton of power, right? If she wants to just do it that way, and that's also very fine, especially since Dmoney doesn't have any reactionary cards, right? That's the real issue of a list like Dmoney. There's no reaction to anything your opponent's doing, so it's just a big glaring hole of weakness in this list. So I don't know. I just don't see.
Okay, I
don't see how he could win.
So Iceman's gonna do work.
So he's going for Agent Colstein Darkhawk, I'm assuming for.
This could prevent him from playing the.
I really like the arrow here line. I really like the arrow line. But this is fine too. The one issue is. It was Agent Colstein first, right? Okay, yeah, and then you can go Darkhawk. Okay, yeah, and then you can go Mystique next turn.
Okay, let me swap that for you guys. 1 second. I did not.
I just don't see how Dmoney could ever win, if I'm being honest.
Let me fix that right now for you guys.
Eggs list is very, very good.
Is that fixed?
Oh, they swapped it. Okay. So now we're seeing Eggs point of view. Okay, I like this as well.
So straight off the bat, okay, I didn't actually see.
So we go Mystique, right? On Sinister London, yeah.
Played in Project Pegasus.
And then you also have Blue Marvel. It's so disgusting. I don't see how do you even lose?
Super interesting. Yeah, but it's also really interesting that like after.
Why does she not play Darkhawk as Sinister? I don't know. Honestly, like So Dmoney's list. Dmoney has no answers to your big cards. There's no Shang-Chi. There's nothing. So I would just like fully stack your big cards on London. So I agree with you. There's not like super great reason not to play it in the London. I agree with that.
Turn 3 right now. So this Sandman could drop and it could be detrimental for sure.
Yeah. Huge. So we see how that goes. Let's see if they do play that card.
So yeah, we're going Mystique, which is fine. Like the thing is like she has so many options. Egg has so many options here that she can easily like recover that. And to be fair, like the Darkhawk isn't 13 power. The Darkhawk right now is like 7 power, I would say, right? Yeah. It's not that much power. So it's actually not as big as you're thinking. They can increase it, right, with rocks and rock slide, but right now it's not that much power. So yeah.
Better after this, so they can't hear us. But so far, so good. We put some fan noise on this.
Everyone knows all the cards. It's an open deck list format, so you know all the cards. So that's not an answer.
Just some white noise.
Yeah, for sure. But yep.
Yeah, but this Mystique is gonna do a lot of work as well, right? Just so many points, and like look at what Dmoney is playing, right, compared to what Eggs play. Like Cable for 2, like that's why Cable is not really seen anymore because it's just so low power, right? And like the read doesn't matter as much later on in collection level. Once you get higher than Mars, like reading your opponent's card doesn't matter as much, but the 2 power hurts you so bad. Like if Cable was 3 power, it'd be played a lot, to be fair, right? So maybe you wouldn't do that, but like maybe it was 3 mana, 5 power, something like that. I could see it being better. But in battle mode, yes, it's just so low power. Like who really cares, you know? Who really cares about that? Oh, it steals a rock slide though. That's actually really good to deny the huge power there. But like, does it matter? You know what I mean? Like that's the problem. Does it really matter? I wouldn't say it does.
Oh, is that going to be dropped? I guess it will.
She's going for Sand. She's going for Sandman. So she just feels confident about her position. As she should. She definitely should, because she could just go Blue Marvel Arrow. Yeah, did Egg snap? Egg should have snapped like turn 2. Honestly. Eggs just has this. Egg's deck is just like so much better than Dmoney's. Like I know I'm harping on it, but like I can't even imagine just looking at the deck list how Dmoney ever wins.
Actually, guys, Arrow on the Sinister London
in any battle mode from this. So that's the problem here. Eggs is just like pay to win. Way stronger deck. It's pay to win. I have Darkhawk and Dino. And
We're up
Mystique.
there, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
I just have a
Dan
better deck
has
list.
beaten Specimen.
It's
and
gonna
the
be
full dance
too
going to
hard.
Play Coco next round, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge, 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 huge. Can't wait to see what happens there.
So
We
yeah, I
have
mean, what do you do
almost
here? You just
our
play
second
Arrow,
round
and then you
bracket
play
filled up. We're
you
just
play
waiting to see
Blue
who we have
Marvel.
between
No,
Nina.
no, no, you play you play Arrow in London.
That is the last game.
What?
That is the last game, and then all the
because
players
you
will
want a
advance
Fist
into the next
Tower.
section. All right,
I
the
guess so,
Sandman
but like you, I mean,
has
I guess it doesn't matter.
come down.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter,
and
but
I wonder how. I wonder.
I would,
how,
I
Dmoney
wouldn't
is
care.
doing.
I would
mean,
go with
I'd be
London,
pretty
easy
confident. The
London, and
thing
then
here is,
easy
right,
Blue Marvel,
for both players.
and then
like
it's the game is over.
Dino is huge. A Dino is huge in this situation.
So yeah, the problem is like
the
Dmoney can
Valkyrie,
go
'cause, like,
Devil
I think in this
Dino,
situation, Eggs thinks that the Valkyrie's going to help her
right?
out
Like that's
because,
kind of the
the
issue.
Mystique, right? The Mystique's going to get set to a base power of 3, but then if this Dino comes down, then the Valkyrie is not the correct play. I think it could just be a Blue Marvel that gets dropped or a Shang-Chi that gets dropped instead. But instead,
Sandman's
she has
worthless.
opted for the
Yeah,
Arrow.
in
Fist
this
Tower,
list, I mean, in
even
this
when he does
matchup,
Fist
it's not
Tower,
that good.
Rock Slide comes down.
I agree.
But this is still pretty good. I mean, Eggs is winning. Eggs is winning Fist Tower at the moment. So Dmoney has bricked the lane, unfortunately, and I think. This is.
Oh, the Valkyrie. No, go
this is
go
gonna be
left,
tough.
go
So
left, go left.
If the Devil Dino comes down here, I think this means.
Go left.
See, this is okay. This is the
But
thing.
you
I
can
play a lot
go
of
Devil
Valkyrie. I'm
Dino
a big
left.
Valkyrie enjoyer. I think in this situation, if you would Ghost down, it would be better. I mean, I think it might still be resulting in a lot.
Why
but
not
you
Blue
need
Marvel
priority
though?
with
I like
Valkyrie.
Blue Marvel.
It's not great 'cause the
It's
opponent can still play something into.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you lose this?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I know it's from the past. I know it's from the past, but I'm still like I'm seeing this for the first time here. So you're just getting my genuine reactions.
Shout out to Kyle and all that hard work.
Wait, he retreated? He retreated? Ah, no, I don't like that. I think Dmoney wins this. He just plays Dino, right? He gets what, 15 power Dino? Right? Like what can like the Sandman's down. You know their list. What can they play? They have initiative, so they can't Shang-Chi you. Dmoney, it's so hard for you to win. Like why would you retreat? You gotta take these wins.
Sorry, I get too excited. Right now. We've seen a bunch of layouts in the past couple of weeks, which are all phenomenal, but this layout right here, wow. Shout out to Kyle and all that hard work.
So we've got a
That's
retreat
unfortunate.
here from Dmoney.
She has a Dino. Yeah, I guess that's what he's thinking, right? Yeah. He's thinking, okay, if he plays Dino, I lose. And that's true. If she does play Dino, but and he stole like 4 cards. Or 3 cards. He stole 3 cards, so you can assume she's going to have all the cards left. Yeah, okay. That's fair. But like that's the problem, right? With his list. There's like Eggs has too many answers. Eggs has too many win conditions compared to Dmoney only has that 1 win condition. And like even his win condition, Egg has an answer to his win condition. So how do you ever win with this list that you bring? Like that's my problem with the list is the problem, not even the gameplay.
So the first games I think are super important, right? You want to kind of like
funny though. Dmoney could have won, but like that's hard. That's a hard thing to go for.
like learn.
I just think like
you want to learn.
the list is too doomed.
We can try and fix them.
You know,
I will try and fix them.
it's such a doomed list. Like I don't know how you win.
It would become
I'm watching this for the first
Alright.
time at the same time as
So,
I'm
Chap,
I'm
how do you feel about these
reacting here.
decks? Do you think it's kind of a bit of a? It is quite a mirror. I do really like the fact that Eggs has brought Devil and Darkhawk to this deck. Oh my.
Well,
God,
where
the
does Electra come
the
from? Oh, from the Agent 13 or no, from the Maria Hill.
From Maria Hill.
That's so good.
I mean, Electra's a great like pool 1, pool 2 card, but when she want to do specific things with her, she's like super powerful. Okay, Adelan did just pop. Wow, this is looking really good for Eggs. I mean, if I was her, I'd be snapping. I mean, she's got the Zabu, she's got the White Queen, she's got the air. This is looking like a snapper right now.
How do you lose? How do you lose with Eggs list?
That's true.
I can't even judge
it's
this.
very similar to a mirror,
This
but there are
game
a few
because like I
operations
don't know
between the two.
how Egg loses like at
So
all.
the White Queen comes down,
I just don't see it.
and the Darkhawk
I don't
comes
see
down
how
as
she
well.
ever
I mean, it's gonna
loses.
copy
Like she just
copy
plays
the
Darkhawk and
Devil
here
with
you
the
go,
Diamonds.
and then
One
you
of
get to
the-
play Mystique. Oh, here you
one
go.
of
The
Nick's
game's
Frozen, or
over.
am I?
Yeah, I'd be like, how do you
Mistake there.
lose?
now get into
There's
Eggs.
no counterplay, right? Yeah, Dmoney had to leave immediately as soon as Darkhawk comes out. It's over. There's no counterplay.
You guys can see Kawa in the video.
There's no
Making it
counterplay
happen.
in D Money's deck.
Oh.
That's the
Guys,
problem,
for
right?
Super
Like
Flow.
if D Money had like an Enchantress or
Great.
but
Every time you
who's
see Super Flow, you get excited.
was did Enchantress get brought at all? I have to ask. Did anyone bring Enchantress? Because like that is such a like a Enchantress is the 5-head play because no one brings it, right? People play Shang-Chi. Yeah, like that's the silly part, right? Like you should bring Enchantress. Like one of your lists should have Enchantress because you should know that no one's gonna bring Enchantress. So because that people are gonna run Enchantress, easy Enchantress decks, and you could just blow them out of the water. So I would have had a list. I would have had a list that had Enchantress, right? Even if I don't think I'm gonna play that list, it's like, oh, they're running they're running Dino, okay. They're running blah blah blah, okay. He can win just location that swaps decks. Yeah, I mean that's his out right now. Who snapped here? Who snapped here?
All right, perfect. All right, thank you.
If I'm Dara, I
Some
never
chat updates,
snap,
some, bracket updates for
which
you
is
guys.
like
But right
you
now,
you
let's
never
see what's
win
next.
though.
All right, wow.
So someone
Looks like we got a
snaps.
snap here as well.
Was it Dara? Dara
Super
snapped?
Flow.
Oh man.
Great
I mean not
matchup
Dara.
for
D Money.
Great.
Sorry.
Every time you see
D Money
Super Flow, you get
snapped.
excited. Lou, what's going on, my friend?
Is his hand good? I guess with Quinjet. With Quinjet, you can go Quinjet Sentinel, Agent Colsine.
No, we do not.
I don't love it. I don't know. Like I guess I'm too scared. I look at these deck lists and I think I'm doomed. That's my problem. If I was in D's money spot, I'm just like I'm
All
doomed.
right, perfect.
And I play defensively.
All
I
right, so
never
chat updates,
snap.
some,
But I know I
bracket
can't
updates for
win
you.
like that.
But right
So
now,
that's
let's
the
see how this
problem.
match
So
goes.
I have to
All
snap.
right, wow.
Even though like I
So
just
we got a
don't
snap
see
here
it.
as well.
I just have to snap and hope that I get something really good.
Your cards out, or any of your cards out early. All right, we see.
I guess you go what,
See the
Devil's Sword
Quinjet
left?
drop.
What else
All
would
right,
you
let's see
do?
what happens now. We got the Devil Dino in hand and Arrow and Crystal. I think Crystal came from Asia 13.
He's just laughing about Crystal, of course. Yeah, it's one of those cards, my friend. One of those cards. Yeah.
Yeah, you just go Devil's Sword
again, I think
left, right,
the
for
the
D
Dark Hawk
Money.
Mystique is
I'm
super
basically gonna be looking at D Money spot because like
powerful with the combination.
it's
of this,
like
with the combination of this
Egg
we
doesn't have
another
like all
update,
the
Ken.
hard job.
We do.
D
What is
Money
that
is the
update,
one
my
with the
friend?
hard job here.
Defeated Felicity to go to the next round. So Nina versus.
So what does he do here? He's playing into
so that
Super
means all
Flow.
of the original games have been done. We are working, chat, on getting you guys a link to the live updates so you guys can track the games yourselves. Obviously, we can only show that.
So yeah, it's so rough, right? Because like he can't realistically even play Dino left because they could just Shang-Chi you, right? Like they could just Shang-Chi you too. So it's like so hard. It's so rough. I don't even know.
Every
just
so
going
often on the stream,
Cable
so that will be coming
Sentinel.
very, very shortly.
That's a pretty weak play, right? I definitely wanted a bigger power play. That's why I was looking at the Devil's Sword for D Money here, because like you're just putting 5 power on the board. I guess it's
So,
technically
again, this is looking pretty
7
good.
power on the board.
Okay. When Starlight swaps and Strange Academy comes down, it's all hell's about to break loose. We don't know where these cards are gonna go flying. We have absolutely no idea. So okay, in this situation.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you.
That's true.
I completely agree. You have to play like she doesn't have
So
Shang-Chi
nothing
because
really
there's
benefits
no other
on it.
lines to
Personally,
win.
I think if Eggs
Right,
wants
and
to
you
play
do
something
have
here,
the
it should be Dark
arrow,
Hawk, right? 'Cause it
right?
boosts
So
her
at
mystique,
least you
boosts
have the
her-
arrow
her Dark Hawk. I
to
don't know if
kind
Lou
of
Burley's
prevent
preferred play. This is
that
turn 5,
scenario,
playing Dark
so-
Hawk in this situation.
You just have to play like
saving the
they
arrow
don't
till
have
the end is
Shang-Chi. I
pretty good
completely
too.
agree with that. It's just so
A little
rough.
bit difficult for.
I'd probably
for
go like
D-Money in
Devil's
this
Sword,
situation. Oh, but the thing
Zabu.
is as well.
Devil's Sword, Zabu, and
Super
then
close
we'd
to
go.
Lapis as well, so she's I think the rock
we'd
slide.
try
the
to go
rock- the-
arrow-
the
arrow
rock slide is
something.
probably the appropriate play.
Well, I guess you go Devil's Sword Sentinel, right? It has to be
But, he's
Sentinel. Then you
pretty
go
good hand.
then you
He's
go
a pretty good
arrow
hand. He has that
Sentinel.
Quinjet out. He has a lot
And
of
that's like your
cards
only
from,
play here.
Coulson. Did he just
I think
thought he
that's
played Crystal, he
okay.
didn't play
Like
Crystal.
that's
The
like
two
as
cards are
good
gonna
as you
prevent
can
the Moonbow
do.
drops. So
And I kind of like
double
this.
Shang
I like what's
possibility.
going on with D Money.
So
I
Shang
think
will
this
affect
is like
these
the
Devil Dino,
one
which is
line.
absolutely huge for Eggs. That's pretty much a free lane.
Because now you
And
can.
then, okay, now I understand why she did the Moon Girl play. So she can do a Shang and a Rock Slide on the last turn. That's actually huge. Biggest brain.
Now you can go
biggest brain
arrow,
gamer.
right? Because you should have an initiative
actually-
here.
I'm digging-
Yeah.
I'm
So
digging
D
this
Money
right
has initiative. Now
I
you
am
can
digging this
arrow.
right now. So
You
she's
can go
basically
arrow
got
left,
mid lane
Sentinel
unlocked
right,
down, yeah,
right?
and then
That's
she's
the
gonna
play to
throw the,
win. Arrow
she's
left,
gonna throw the
Sentinel
rock
right.
slide down. She
and
could
then
probably
D-Money
throw-
can win
she could
here.
probably throw the rock slide down on
So
the
you-
left
you-
lane.
So
boost up
D
that
Money
Dark
has
Hawk.
it.
and
Technically.
and the Mystique.
Oh wait,
exactly.
does he have it?
Exactly.
Because
Now,
Darkhawk
that's
is
a
broken.
little bit
He'll
scary
get
because
plus.
if D-Money goes wide here, he can put a bit on the super flow. He's
He'll
gonna
get plus
collectively play
4,
anything like
right?
Maria Hill
But
style,
it should
and I
be
think that's
fine,
what
right? You
he's gonna
go
wide. Yep.
arrows left, sentinel right. You should have it, right?
Oh, we get
Oh, he snapped. No, yeah. Commit. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You have this. You have
Let's
this.
see what happens.
You have this, D-Money. Arrow left, sentinel right. I believe in you. Just go. Just commit. Like what can she play? You know, like
Yep.
you could.
I mean, Arrow is.
You're
Arrow
getting
is a GG.
plus
I mean,
4,
D-Money
right?
has
You'll beat it by 1. Don't leave, please.
Let's see.
Don't leave.
Let's see
No.
what happens
Okay,
here.
he committed. Oh, arrow right.
Arrow's
Arrow right. Huh. That also works, isn't it? That also
makes
should
sense,
work,
though.
right? Both of them, both lines. As long as you're playing both cards, you should
Yeah.
be fine.
And the Shang does not proc anything, but even
Nice.
if it did, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, let's go.
That is a
Well done.
7 cube.
Well, it's so hard to win for D-Money. It's such a hard matchup for D-Money.
That is a
So you gotta. I'm
listen,
I'm
I
rooting
told
for
you
him
Stan
because
would
his
go
deck
for
is
2
much
now.
harder than Egg's
Wow,
deck to
7
pilot.
keyword.
That's what I'm
Right.
not. I'm not biased.
That's
I'm
sure,
just
I
like,
would've
well,
went for that
his
as well.
his
I
deck
would've
is
went for that
really
as
hard
well,
to pilot.
Ken.
So I'm,
I think
I'm
I think in that
yeah, I
situation,
have
right,
to
it's
be
one of those
biased
things
for
where
the harder
you know
pilot.
your opponent's cards, but then also you're like, well, I mean,
Rooting for the non.
like,
I
can you play
mean,
around
I
everything? You know what
I don't
mean?
care.
Can,
I have
can
no
you play around everything?
allegiances.
Like, can you? Okay, they're gonna arrow me here. I've got the Shang. In my situation, I think I would have done the same thing. I would have played the Shang. And I would have been confident as well. Okay, thrown.
So I will say, like, maybe Eggs could have done something last game to keep priority, because you know they have arrow, right? So priority is such an important matchup in this match. So maybe she could have played a little differently. But I'm looking at this game from D-Money's point of view, so I'm not really reevaluating, you know, what Eggs is doing here.
Room is a super interesting location. In this situation.
Yeah, gets to 7.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
now
they just-
Eggs is really
did this
behind,
for-
because
they
now
did
you
this for
can
the,
now you
respect.
can
There's
mess
a
with her
friendly counter here.
with
Friendly
her
counter So I mean, Eggs
how
can
much
still- Eggs can
cubes
still
she
come back
has
here.
left. You can really mess
Yeah,
with her.
well,
You can
we've got
snap
Dex down lane,
aggressively
that's
and
a
stuff
little
like
bit
that.
tricky
And you can like
in this
you can play
situation.
2 matches for
And I
full
don't believe
cubes
either player has
without
actually
really any
get into it.
downside. So this is really
But there is an Agent 13.
really
there
good
is-
for D-Money
there is
from a
compulsion. You know, so you got a claw, you got a vision, there's a lot of
psychological
cards, there's a
standpoint.
lot of
I would
cards
still
that can
say
come
like
into
Eggs
Death Domain in
has
this
the
situation.
better deck, right? You know. That's
that
so
feels
good.
bad.
You just
That
snap, right? You just snap. You just snap for D-Money here, right? You just like, okay, well, I win this lane. So that's so good for D-Money. You just snap, get your cube, right? And then it's high stakes. And then any loss, yeah, perfect. Any loss for Eggs is really bad. So this is actually just beautiful. Unlucky though for Eggs. I will say unlucky for Eggs here, but you know,
This is a tough one. I think a retreat should happen.
she does have the better deck here, so that's the thing. And I don't think anyone can play into Death's Domain, right? Is there a way for anyone to play into Death's
Very
Domain?
interesting to see how
There's
this
not,
plays out.
right?
For sure, it's actually it's super interesting because
Right,
okay,
from
the
both
retreat did
deck
come
lists,
out.
there's
I
no
think
way to
what
play into
what
Death's
Shooterman
Domain.
considering there is since nobody can technically play anything in Death's Domain, she could just go for power difference, right? Because if you can claim that throne room, get over it like with a dynamo.
Shang,
or
yeah, she
whatever,
does
you
have
should get power
Shang,
difference 'cause it's gonna be
right? So
doubling, you know what I mean?
so the
maybe you
the
just stay into
play
this and it's very
the
risky.
play is to
With those
lose
two-
priority, right? But that's hard, right? You have to lose priority and then Shang-Chi them. So how would you lose priority? They would have to have a bigger card than you. But then if they play it out, like if they are aware that you can get Shang-Chi'd, it's pretty bad. And the problem, okay, so the problem is with Throne Room, right, is that Shang-Chi isn't like that much of a win con. If you know they have Shang-Chi. Because what you can do, right, is play a big card. I guess, and you'd have to play a card. You have to play like an 8 mana, an 8 attack, an 8 power card, and then a big card, right? And then they Shang-Chi your big card, and then the 8 power card will go up into 16, right? So if you're aware of that and you can like manipulate your power, you can actually just like bait them. But that's like maybe too high level to talk about. But there are
those two
some
locations
ways
pop up,
that
it's
you can
definitely
like
difficult, for sure.
mess with it. So, but whatever. Anyways,
Let's see how
it's
this
pretty
plays out.
bad for Eggs here. Like now I would say deck list doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like you're one loss and while D Money can lose what 3 times? Yeah, D Money can lose 3 times and then still win. So it's just so bad. The psychological advantage is so great that it's gonna be really easy to win this. The nice thing though is that you get to play the full matches every time. Now it's just a regular 6-game match every time because the snaps don't matter.
Still anybody's game. Still early.
So yeah, definitely interesting.
Anything can happen. All right, see how it plays out.
Collector on the right.
We got the Korg.
Crimson Cosmo, is that bad for anybody? I guess it's not, right? Because both players have big bombs. Ooh, the ice box hitting Dino though. It's pretty bad for D Money.
It's still good. Still great. Moon Girl's there. So anything can
but we'll see. I guess we go Cable Agent 13.
All right.
This is really awkward because everyone wants to play on the right lane, right? Yeah, so you're just stacking the right lane, and then you need to play a bomb on the right lane too. So.
All right, so we got to update the loser bracket.
Pretty rough.
Our Hickory 28 defeating
Pretty
Valentine.
rough, yeah. Win rates for
Val for Val is knocked out of the tournament. We'll get him over here and we'll get his thoughts. We'll get his thoughts on this. That's pretty tough. But let me just point out here.
What does Eggs do here? You just play Rock Slide mid. What is the Gamora is interesting actually. You could go Gamora, right?
From, D-Money,
he stole the Mystique. Oh, he stole the Mystique. Oh, but you can't play it though.
Plays, you're like, what did they steal? One of my combo pieces, one of the cards I need, and you know what I mean. It's just one of those things.
He's playing 2 in Jotunheim.
I think the card that he stole was pretty good.
That's
I mean,
not even
getting a
that good.
Pretty big.
But I guess it's
for
fine.
Sure. And this means that the pressure's on. The pressure is on for Eggs, for sure.
What do you do here? Arrow? You go Arrow? Do you
really
go Arrow? No, you just go Gamora, right?
The Coulson is like it can just give you kind of random things you're
Gamora
not expecting.
mid?
Like look at this. Like
or you go Arrow right, maybe. Maybe Arrow right.
You know, with a powerful Dino or a powerful Darkhawk. You know what I mean? Who knows? So it's pretty.
Ooh, I like Arrow right. Yeah, for D Money, you go Arrow right. I like this.
Some other
I like that play. I think that's the line.
Hands of Ken, and he will finish off this series.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we're going to close this off. Let's see how this goes. I mean, listen, Eggs can pull it off. We still got faith in it. Let's see how it goes.
Wow, he's playing. Oh, yeah, you don't go White Queen there. Are you playing Zabu, right?
Ooh. I mean, anything can happen. Based on the hand right now.
You just lose that lane guaranteed.
All right, this is a great turn.
Oh, he went Gamora, right? Interesting. I guess that makes sense, too.
No, that is a tough one.
That makes sense, too. That also makes sense. Arrow right is like just making sure they can't do anything. But Gamora right is also really good.
So that's a tough one. Right lane is not.
But how do you win? How do you win? It's a 50-50 flip, right? It's a 50-50 flip for both of them.
See how this plays out. It will be an amazing comeback, but it can happen.
Okay, so he has the priority, and then she's gonna Arrow.
I think Arrow left might be a great play right now.
But then if D Money goes Dino, right, which is what you should do, you play Dino, and Dino is what? How much power? It's 13 power, so you go to 15. Yeah, so Dino just wins, right? Dino just wins this. Yeah, Dino mid or Dino left is even fine, right? Because like you don't expect your opponent to play into the left lane, so you can subvert that expectations by going Dino left. So I actually think Dino left is fine because most people will play mid, but since you know that, you can like assume go mid, and because you only need to win one lane because you've guaranteed the right lane. So.
Oh boy.
You can definitely subvert those expectations by going left here.
And it all comes down to this.
But yeah, going mid is fine too. So yeah, it gets the move, but then it hits the Dino. Dino's too strong. 13 power gets the win here. So wow,
so that means
I'm shocked. I honestly thought Eggs was gonna like hard stomp this.
So
because her deck is so good.
Forward.
Like
we're
against
actually going to get
his
Val
deck,
over here, guys. We will
because there's only one win con for D Money, which is
he's the first player.
I guess stealing cards and the Devil Star. But it basically boiled down to that one game, that 7-point game.
Yeah,
this one game, right, where D Money was gets the arrow into Sentinel play, and was able to lock it down. Just gets the win there. So you have to be so careful with in battle mode into double snap games. It's so important, like, you don't mess up, right? You have to be like so confident, and you have open deck lists, right? Like it's a little bit RNG because D-Money has so much card generation that they might play something unexpected, but you do know they have the arrow, you do know they have the dino, so you can't lose to these cards. Arrow on left, D-Money would lose. No. So if he swapped it, if he went arrow left, Sentinel right, his he get 3 power from the Sentinel, but then he get 1 power from the Collector, you see. So he'd go to 16, right? And then arrow would be here, right? So you'd move the Shang-Chi left, you'd move the Rock Slide here. He get 9 here, so he'd beat the arrow. But then the Darkhawk would get +3, so this would go to 15. So he'd get 15 here. You get 15 to the 16. So arrow left would have been fine. As long as he plays arrow Sentinel any position, he wins. I guess he could, if he played both arrow and Sentinel in the same lane on the left, that's the only way. Would he even lose though? If he did that, right? He'd go arrow Sentinel. That's 10 power here. So he'd actually win that lane too. So there's actually no way to lose. There's actually no way to lose. As long as he plays arrow Sentinel, he always wins. Like, even if he played, no matter what order, any way he played it, like, he always wins arrow Sentinel. So yeah, doesn't really matter. So yeah, definitely a strong game from D-Money. I'm impressed that he won. I really am. Like, that. This looked doomed to me. From the deck list, this looked absolutely doomed to me. But he's found a way to win. Even with the retreat early, right? That first game he retreated. Knowing that it could end up bad for him. So well done by D-Money there. Definitely an impressive win.